All right, let's pull back the curtain on one of the body's biggest secrets. Today, we're going backstage to meet a crucial yet often forgotten player in our body's daily performance, the mineral magnesium. So let's start with a bit of a mystery. Picture the grand stage of your own body. There's always a star performer, right? The one that gets all the credit. But what if I told you their success depends entirely on a secret partner working tirelessly behind the scenes? And of course, we all know the star of this show, don't we? It's calcium! It's the headliner, famous for building strong bones, for making our muscles contract, for keeping everything firing on all cylinders. It's the one in the spotlight. But here's the thing. Even a superstar like calcium can't do it alone. Not a single move, from a simple thought to the beat of your heart, is possible without its indispensable partner, making the entire show run smoothly. Okay, drum roll please. The wait is over. It's time to reveal the identity of this crucial hidden partner. Let's meet magnesium. So magnesium is basically the ultimate stage manager. It's this essential mineral, an electrolyte, that quietly supports literally hundreds of the body's most critical functions. It's the director, the producer, the one making sure everything just works. Now this is where it gets really interesting. You might think magnesium is just floating around in your blood, but nope, most of it is stored backstage. The biggest reserve is tucked away in our skeleton, right there with calcium, and the next largest stash is in our muscles. Okay, so what happens when your most important crew member just disappears? Let's dive into why the show might suddenly be in jeopardy because of low magnesium, a condition that doctors call hypomagnesaemia. Well, for starters, it can be a simple supply chain issue. You're either not getting enough of it in your diet or your body is losing it way too fast. This can happen for a bunch of reasons. Maybe your body isn't absorbing it properly, or you've got issues like diarrhea, basically things that just flush it right out of your system. Even your kidneys can sometimes get a little too generous and let too much of it go. But it's not always that straightforward. Sometimes there are other underlying medical conditions that are basically sabotaging your magnesium levels from behind the scenes. And we're talking about some pretty serious disruptors here. Things like chronic alcoholism, acute pancreatitis, problems with your parathyroid gland, even something as common as low vitamin D can completely throw your magnesium balance out of whack. And then there's this one, which might actually surprise you. A whole bunch of really common medications can be the culprit, inadvertently causing our hidden partner to vanish from the stage. And this just goes to show you how incredibly complex our bodies are, right? You take something to fix one problem, like a diuretic or a common acid reflux pill, or even certain antibiotics, and boom, it can have the unintended side effect of draining your magnesium. So, our hidden partner is missing. What happens now? Well, the performance starts to completely fall apart. We get chaos on the dance floor.
You know, there's a tipping point. When magnesium levels in your blood dip below this magic number, 0.5 millimoles per liter, that's when the real trouble starts. The chaos, it becomes visible.
Suddenly, everything gets wobbly. We're talking neurological problems like confusion and weakness, your muscles start twitching uncontrollably, and worst of all, your heart's rhythm can get dangerously out of sync. And here is the absolute kicker. Without its partner, our star, calcium, is totally lost. A magnesium deficiency can actually cause low calcium levels, and it's often the real reason why treatments for low calcium just don't seem to work. I mean, just look at the difference here. It's like night and day. With magnesium, the dance is elegant, smooth. Muscles work, the heart keeps a steady beat. But without it, it's pure chaos. We're talking painful muscle spasms, tremors, a complete breakdown on the dance floor. This whole situation has a name, resistant hypocalcemia, and it can be a real clinical puzzle. You can give a patient all the calcium in the world, but it does nothing. Why? Because the star performer is unresponsive. It can't recover until its hidden partner is back on stage. So how do the experts step in and save the performance? Let's get into how this is diagnosed and, more importantly, how it's fixed before it's too late. Okay, one of the biggest red flags for doctors is something called refeeding syndrome. This is a super risky situation that can happen when you start giving nutrition to someone who's been malnourished or hasn't eaten for a long time. And spotting who's at risk is it's absolutely crucial. We're looking for people with a very low body weight, who've lost a ton of weight recently, or haven't eaten properly for more than 10 days, For these patients, reintroducing food can cause a massive, dangerous crash in their electrolytes, especially magnesium. So to prevent this from happening, clinicians don't just wait and see. They get ahead of it. They give a cocktail of key nutrients to stabilize the patient before refeeding. And look who's right there, smack in the middle of it all. Our hero, magnesium. It's a non-negotiable part of this life-saving rescue plan. You know, this whole story of magnesium and calcium is just such a perfect reminder. It really makes you think, right? For every single star performer getting credit inside our bodies, there are countless unsung heroes. Vitamins, minerals, enzymes, all working in this complex, beautiful dance to make the whole show possible. It leaves you wondering, what other hidden partners are keeping your show on the road?